Hey everybody, it's Chainsaw Reacts. It is now time for me to start the journey of Batman Cape Crusader Season 2, and we're checking out the first 2 episodes in this video. Just like with Season 1, I'll be covering 2 episodes per video, just to save on the amount of videos I put out covering the show, but I still want to cover it. Now, full disclosure, I was at the San Diego Comic-Con panel last weekend as I'm recording and uploading this video. I was there last weekend at the panel for Season 2 of Cape Crusader, and they showed the first episode, which I believe the title was Brute Force or something, but they showed the first episode. So I've already seen it. I'm still going to rewatch it here for the video just to, get a refresher because I was doing a lot of stuff at San Diego Comic-Con, a lot of stuff, and I'm trying to catch up on videos. So I want to get a refresher on watching that episode and still have the coverage here in the video. It's a rewatch. I've already seen it, but I want to prepare myself as we get into Season 2 because a lot of things happened in that first episode, and I really enjoyed it, like the introduction of Riddler, their version of Mad Hatter, and all that, and there's just a lot of interesting things that they delved into, and I really felt that episode overall, like the first episode, the Season 2 premiere, the writing was really good. Like, it was, like, better than a lot of Season 1, so I'm really hopeful for Season 2, and I've heard from people who've already seen Season 2 as a whole, saying you're not ready for it, so I'm ready to dive in. So without further ado, let's get into now. Of course, like I mentioned, I'll say it one more time, the Season 2 premiere, the first episode I've already seen, so it's going to be a rewatch, but the second episode, moving forward until the end, I have not seen. So let's get into now, guys. Let's check out this episode, or these episodes, excuse me. Can't even talk. Let's go.
None of us are safe. Commissioner
None of us are
James
safe.
Gordon and his officers have turned our
It's a good
streets
opening.
into a war zone.
I love how it's immediate.
And matters are only
Immediate.
made worse by the interference of a masked outlaw.
Some of Mr. Gregory's colleagues refer to him as Calendar Man because of his
I like the
eidetic
inclusion of Calendar
memory
Man in
when it comes
this,
to dates
yeah.
and times.
When this intro played, it just gave me goosebumps.
I work alongside the police, Pennyworth. That doesn't make me one of them.
But with the
I really like that
professional
line.
relationship you
That's
have with
good.
Barbara Gordon.
I'm taking your advice.
Oh,
Which
the
is
father
good.
or the daughter?
Barbara, I might be uninvited, but that doesn't mean I'm unexpected.
Exactly.
Every time we make a move,
That lunatic is not top of the list.
That lunatic.
Who is at the top, Eddie? Tomorrow he wasn't troubled with breathing anymore.
I'll find
That
out.
was direct.
If I gotta turn over every rock.
I'm not the only one with skeletons, Flash. If I don't get
Mhm.
Where do you think
Whoa,
you're
where are
going?
you going?
Step aside, sister. Flash? Sorry, Sloppy Joe. Chain up the man.
It's our job to protect this city, no one else's.
Yeah, you and your bat buddy.
Something to say, Flash?
Well, he just said it.
Absolutely not, sir. On the job, sir.
What about me, Eddie? Am I worthless?
Not now, baby.
The crowd was laughing
Who am I
in
trying
this
to
scene.
The Thorn Mob. More like the Keystone Idiots. Tonight, that's over.
Eddie got it for me. It's the real deal.
Shut up!
Shut up!
This town, see?
A mouse?
No mistakes. No excuses.
Until Batman shows up.
In the dirt.
You need some legal help.
I need information.
I need
Rudolph Airfield or Burnley County Airstrip.
Batman is an asset. I appreciate what he does,
Mm.
but I won't rely on him to do this department's job.
What do James Polk and Warren G. Harding have in common?
I don't know, both were presidents.
The same birthday.
Yeah, here they come. Exactly, just let him drive through. Immediately, just like, open fire. Damn. Exactly. Yeah, they're just gonna stand there and watch him jump instead of start shooting. Oh yeah, this scene, yeah. I'm shocked that they did that.
Come on, Eddie. Let's get out of here. When Mr. Thorne finds out.
But Thorn ain't gonna find out. Because that accountant's gonna be in the dirt.
Dad told me you saved the accountant.
Sure did. Not that one guy, though.
Protecting Julian Gregory is all that matters right now.
I don't know where he is.
You can trust me.
I do.
Yeah.
I
But-
trust you'll find him on your own
Oh,
without
well.
using me.
Thorne knew when and where Gregory was landing. We have a
Mhm.
leak in this department. Montoya's the lead.
She's the
I
lead,
want the two
so...
of you on Gregory.
What you got for us, Strange?
Professor, please. I worked long and hard for that title.
I don't remember him being in
Mr.
Season 1, so this was
Enigma,
a good
was it?
surprise.
Eddie's fine.
At first, I thought this was like Wait, are they doing liquid kryptonite?
And
I was
this
wrong.
is the price.
Consider it a field test.
That's never a good thing. Like, oh, it doesn't cost anything. It's funny how they're just standing out. One's holding a towel. Mm-hmm. Knocked them out.
If you're here, you're the one who's running scared.
That's
I'm
interesting.
gonna beat this rat. And when I do it.
Yeah, he's like, but I know you won't.
Gordon thinks that safe house of his is Fort Knox.
Well,
Dreaming. I can put my finger on Gregory anytime, anywhere.
Just like Rapunzel.
it's just funny. Like he's just like in the window to so anyone can see him.
What are we gonna use?
Well, this is about to happen. Yep. Here's the thing. How would he know that this is not going to turn on him? Yeah, what do we need to do? Pretty cool reveal of the monster. Yeah, that ain't going to do nothing. You would think of how hard he's hitting these guys, they would die instantly. And here's Batman. Immediate. He's just shooting at Batman. What an idiot. Squealer. He's lucky he didn't die right there. You see, I don't think he thought that through, really. I mean, he does this, but still. We're gonna go flying. Ugh, man. See, that guy's probably dead. I'm guessing. I don't know. He got to his car quick, by the way. Yep. Just waiting, and we're gonna slam right back in. Yep. Yeah, they just keep ramming. Now this is crazy. You get the thrusting. Yeah, exactly. Bam. And now we're done. Obviously, it was their version of Solomon Grundy in a way, but also kind of like Bane, because it's like a, you know, the Venom or whatever. And he's gone. See, everyone's under his like thumb, basically. Yep, the judge too.
Has reached a verdict.
But Thorne was
Interesting that there's like a desk down there. And then again, this is like
Mitchell,
30s, 40s, so there's no computers.
I'm far from okay.
Thorne
Far
got
from
to the
okay.
judge.
Yeah. Oh,
We
one of my
should
favorite
see
scenes is
coming.
coming up.
Do you have a few words you can
A
share
few
on this
words.
glorious day?
Nice hat.
Yeah, right there. Right there. Yep.
Ouch.
Yep.
I'm terribly sorry, sir.
Diversify and you can't lose. Every goddamn one of those suckers belongs to me.
Yep.
What's so
I was like, oh my god, it's happening. Right away.
Please!
You two need
Talk it
to
out.
talk,
Yep.
and you need to do it without me.
Yep. I forget the character's name. It's not the Rocketeer, though. Oh. That makes sense for the title. Yep.
One wonders what was inside that might cause.
We don't
such
see
an
Bruce
explosion.
much. It's mostly
The
just
Express
Batman.
says electrical fire. If the papers are saying it's an accident, GCPD must have signed off.
Sure.
I don't know. Triad Industries. Do I know that name? I'm taking an active hand.
An active hand that there's an ulterior motive. Oh. Okay. I don't remember if we saw that in season 1.
Inside. Inconclusive. I need to look at.
You've done a good
Uh-oh.
job keeping a lid on things, Sal. Keeping a lid on things.
Keep a lid on things. Something's up.
Is that?
He's lucky that none of their shots hit him. Wait, is this a
All over
cartoon?
the world,
Oh, okay.
people are starving. Our future is in the stars.
Space.
Exploration.
Yeah.
Invention by Ultrium. The
Ultrium.
fuel of the
I'm guessing
future.
that's what that
Clean,
Rocketeer
pure,
character's using.
Am I sensing a change of mind on Triad? Let's just say my interest is piqued. I'll set up a meeting. I
But
don't know why I set up this meeting. You never come to meetings.
I don't know
You
why.
have no idea how things are supposed to go.
We've got so much to show you.
Do you now?
Thank you
And
for
there they are
taking
right
this
there.
meeting on
Yep.
such short notice. But I couldn't get your Ultrium project out of my mind.
For many
I know exactly
reasons.
what you mean, Mr.
Honestly, I was hoping to meet with Dr. Sutton. Her designs are incredible.
I'm guessing that's the Rocketeer person or whatever.
Dr. Sutton,
Oh, you're talking about Roxy. You see, there was
Roxy.
an accident, an explosion at her home lab. Her designs were copied prior to her death.
You have to make sure her legacy survives.
A projectile as big as an office building, powered by a single brick of ultrium.
We're taking no chances.
But what exactly is ultrium? What is this? And yep, okay.
What the hell?
Like, what the hell is that? A rocket ship? Hello. Okay. Damn. So what? Like, why is this person trying to steal? Oh. Is that killing them? I knew it. I knew it. Oh. So what is the reasoning behind wanting to steal this stuff? Damn. And she's gone.
Are we calling them attacks officially?
Well,
Followed by
in a way, yes.
Warehouse was caused by small explosions, the kind made by that rocket pistol of hers.
Yep.
She's using her inventions to damage Triad. Why fake her own death?
Too many questions.
There's a lot probably
But I've
going
got an
on
idea where to get
behind the
some
scenes.
answers.
Maybe she discovered that this new whatever ultrium or whatever it's called is too dangerous. Okay. Murdered.
This vendetta can't go
The
on.
masked vigilante is lecturing me about vendettas.
It was them. I found out what those animals were doing with my work.
You're trying to sell my plans to foreign powers.
Dr. Sutton.
Ah, shit. Okay.
You'll be hearing from my lawyer.
Yeah. They play dirty. Oh, they were all there. Damn. Okay. They're all in on it, really, so.
Where were you when they were corrupting my work? Where were you when they tried to kill me?
Well, he didn't know. Uh-oh. Jesus.
However, will you get there in time?
Yeah, that is a good question.
Example of triad technology, but the
Showing the
real miracle
future
is the
of where they're
power
heading.
source.
What's in the rocket is our last cube of ultrium. If
The
test
last?
fails,
Your whining is starting to get on my nerves. Even if she does show, this time my boys are ready for anything she's got.
Are they? No, they're not.
See, everything's going to plan.
The bat copter or something? Yeah, bat plane. So he's using guns here. Smart. I never thought I would see this in a Batman show. Exactly. That wasn't gonna last long. Damn. Good aim.
Don't you see where we are?
Yes, but the way you're going about it is not smart. Yep. You're gonna try to kill them, take them out.
I won't have that blood on my hands.
At least she has morals. Will Batman work with her now?
Now, I'm out of ammo.
I'm not.
Effective.
Launch the rocket!
No, don't.
Do you hear me?
Okay, now how are you gonna rewire it from in the air? You can't fight Batman. I mean, you can try. He's gonna grab, yeah. I'd be careful with that. Oh. Burying it. Burning it. Oh. Blockbuster. Oh, wait. This is Joker. Dude. And there you have it, guys. The first 2 episodes of Batman Cape Crusader Season 2. And I will say this one last time. Of course, rewatch the first episode. Reaction, first time seeing Episode 2, which, of course, was Rocket's Red Glare, or whatever the title was. So, briefly, I'll talk about Episode 1, then we'll jump into most of this, review portion, talking about Episode 2, since I've already seen Episode 1 previously. I still think the Season 2 premiere is a nice introduction, and showing the new Riddler, who's more of a gangster, who's now running, Thorne's operation while he's still in prison. And there were some brutal moments and some funny moments. Like, I was surprised the guy died by the blades of the airplane. That was quite brutal. I was surprised by that. But then again, I believe the show is TVMA, so it's not too surprising. But Riddler is funny. I like that whole scene where he's calling him all incompetent, and he's like, shut up, like, get him away, telling his girl or whatever. And then he's shooting the Tommy gun in the air and all that shit, screaming. Just some funny moments there. The ending with Joker without the makeup, that was a really good introduction, I think. Like a really, like, not even an introduction, but just like a nice little, like, subtle, like, hint at what's to come. And then, of course, at the end of episode 2, we see Joker again, and he's taking the blockbuster, as it says on the actual vials, and Strange has been affected by, of course, his laughing gas, or like some sort of formula that Joker's created. But we'll get to more of that in the episode 2 in a second. But I really liked episode 1's introduction, and how Batman is just, trying to make sure that Calendar Man, who is actually the informant to go against Thorn, is safe. And the way they play up Calendar Man, he's just really obsessed with, dates and all that stuff. We don't see much of him, but the little sequence where he's getting off the plane, he's like, well, what do these people have in common? Oh, same birthdays. Like, he's kind of quirky in that sense. Now, I mentioned it's kind of like Solomon Grundy a little bit, or in Bane, kind of mixed in with what they were doing with when the guy basically bulked up and everything. But with Blockbuster, I think that was another name for Solomon Grundy, or maybe that's a different character entirely. Like, because they're playing up, as they said at the panel for season 2, talking about Cape Crusader, that the producers were saying on stage that, this is essentially like taking the Batman, which it makes total sense. I never really thought about this too clearly, but it's taking the Batman when he's first introduced in the comics, and then you start, like, that's the basis of the show. Like, there is no previous lore. This is like, we're taking the basis of, because literally he is wearing, like, the first appearance Batman suit with some minor tweaks, and this is just us creating a new world where there is no established lore, right? There is no established, like, Robin or Joker, or anything. Like, we're just telling a story, telling a narrative, and then these characters will appear the same or different, but like in the setting of the time period, it kind of really makes sense that, like, these characters don't really have any sort of, like, pre-established lore. It's just, we're just doing it, right? We're just getting into it. So for them to do the kind of Solomon Grundy kind of esque route, Bane in a way in the first episode, of course, when he's going to attack Calendar Man in the hotel, it was a really well done scene, pretty good action, and overall I think it was a good introduction back into the show after it's been a while since season 1. Now episode 2, I felt that it was interesting because it's now we're now diving into the idea of, we're looking to the future, right? Like this whole Triad Industries or whatever, because I do have the voice cast pulled up from episode 2. Dr. Roxanne Sutton, who of course was kind of the co-lead in this episode, essentially because she was basically, murdered because she's still alive in the kind of Rocketeer-esque suit, which there was something out there that confirmed who she's playing, like what character she is in terms of, like, when she has the suit on, but it's not listed in the actual credits of the episode. It's just listed as Dr. Roxanne Sutton, which is fine, because ultimately it's not so much about her as this persona, but it's because she has all this technology. She actually she helped this company to get to where they at in terms of new energy, this Ultrium or whatever they called it, and who knows where they even got this from. But anyways, since she saw it as a breach of contract, which in the quick flashback she says, look, it was like a breach of contract. You're trying to sell off this stuff to people, and I never agreed to this, and they're gonna use this, and they're gonna use this for not good things in terms of my inventions and what I've been doing. So they just murder her, and they're all there, all 3 of them are there. The one guy hit the button, and the 2 others in the back just, like, looking menacingly, like, yeah, we killed her, we killed Roxanne. It's like, okay, we just did that. But I really felt like it was interesting to, like, showcase what the future may be in terms of the show, in terms of a timeline. It's not necessarily meaning that, oh, we're going to be jumping ahead in time and this is going to be, we're going to be seeing new things in terms of, like, because we saw the rocket, right? But we've seen vehicles. But it's not like saying, oh, we're going to be jumping ahead in time where Batman's going to be older and all this. It's just showcasing that they are always looking to the future. Like, the future is always being looked ahead in terms of like, okay, what's next? Like, for example, iPhones, just phones in general. Used to be all you had was your landline. That's all you had. Now we have cell phones, and they keep getting more advanced every single year. So, that's very interesting, right? Like the constant development and the continuation of technology. And that's kind of what they're implying here, is that this is where this company is trying to head, and she's trying to stop it because they stole all her ideas, and they were doing all these things that she didn't agree with. So I felt like it was a good way to kind of highlight that there is a future or so, like that the world is looking to constantly shift and change, and to look forward in terms of what is next, because the show really hasn't talked about that in a way that was pertinent to the story. Like, it's always been about, we're just focusing on these characters, these introduction of new villains that we recognize, but it's new to this new world that we're following in terms of Cape Crusader. But now we're actually talking about, okay, this is what the future holds. Like, the future is going to get to the point where we're going to have rockets. We're going to have all this stuff. We saw Batman with a freaking plane, which I don't believe we saw at all in season 1. So that was interesting. So to see all this kind of unfold, it's just interesting that we're talking about that. This episode, I think, overall, interesting narrative. Seeing some scenes of just Bruce, because we don't really see much of Bruce Wayne in this show. Like, I know, under the mask of Batman is Bruce Wayne, but what I'm saying is, Hamish Linklater, who voices Batman, he didn't really voice Bruce too much in season 1. And thankfully, we got a couple of scenes here in this episode where he was voicing Bruce, a lighter voice, playing up the role. It's kind of interesting. So his Bruce is like, it's a different voice a little bit, but it's more so he's not trying to be overly energetic. He's not being overly like a very different person outside of the mask, outside of the cape and cowl. He's Bruce Wayne. He's more talkative. He's more light in a way, but he's not like in Batman the Animated Series and Kevin Conroy, where it's like a polar opposite in a way of Batman and Bruce Wayne in terms of the voice, not so much, but more so his vibe, his energy. Here, he's still kind of like Batman in a way, but he's just more talkative, especially with Lucius and all that. So I felt like that was a good way to showcase in this world. He is a different individual when he's not in the cape and cowl. When he's not in the Batcave with Alfred, then it's a little bit more lighter, but it's not to the point where he's playing a completely different person. Like, he's having to really go out of his way to make himself feel and sound different. Like, this is, kind of the same guy in some instances. What I also say too, and I really didn't mention this, well, actually, no, I wouldn't have had a chance to mention this yet because it's the first video with the first 2 episodes. After watching the first episode at the San Diego Comic-Con panel, and after seeing now episode 2 here now for the first time, I am liking the dynamic and the relationship more with Alfred and Batman Bruce, because in season 1 I really felt like Bruce, he was at a weird stage, it seems, where he was just like really angry. There's a lot of stuff happening in season 1, but he was really angry and letting that out a little bit to Alfred, and it really was just painful at times to see where Alfred's trying to help and Bruce doesn't want it. Like, Bruce just, like, he's not listening to him. He's being aggressive. Finally, in the season 1 finale, he finally has a moment. And in here, he's definitely having more of a conversation. He's having more of an actual discussion with Alfred versus aggression versus, So I appreciate and respect that has been some character growth with this Batman, with Bruce, with Alfred, because Alfred was there for Bruce when his parents died. He basically raised Bruce. So for Bruce to treat Alfred like he was in season 1 was kind of making me annoyed. But I'm glad that they've actually addressed that and have overcome that, and allowing to Alfred still voice his opinion, even if Bruce doesn't necessarily take it. But he did say in the first episode, I'm gonna take your advice. I'm gonna go talk to Barbara, right? And in this episode, like, he was like talking to him through some sort of device. Like, he was like able to speak with Alfred while he was back at the Batcave with notes, taking stuff down as Batman, because obviously there's no visual communication or any sort of like that. So he's able to kind of listen through some sort of device that Bruce has out as Batman, and Alfred was sitting there with notepad, like he was going to write down stuff. I think like that's a cool way to address the fact that you don't have computers. You don't have this ability to do all this stuff as Batman normally would because you're in the 30s and 40s. So, yeah. So this was pretty interesting. You know, overall, I felt like these 2 episodes were a good introduction back into the show, especially with the Joker tease at the end, grabbing a bunch of vials of Blockbuster. So I'm curious what that is going to be leading to. And I'm guessing that it makes sense that there's a lot more of those vials now, because in the cabinet, you know, in the fridge, there was only one that Riddler took in episode 1. Here in episode 2, there was a lot, and they were labeled. So clearly, Strange, you know, he had some... He thought that was successful in terms of the first, like, roundabout of creating a monster. So he created a bunch more. So now Joker has all of them. For what purpose? Who knows? I like that he has not hardly spoken at all. He said like one small line of dialogue in the beginning, the end of well, he did speak for like a brief second at the end of season 1, the very last scene you see, but the season 2 premiere, he spoke a little bit, like one line, and then here, no, just whistling. Just whistling. And the voice actor who does voice Joker, he was stating that at the panel, he was stating that he was told to play a more subdued, pulled back Joker. Like at times he was getting more Jokerish, but they kept telling him to pull it back because that's not the role. Like they were going cold, calm, collected, that kind of scary approach to Joker. So I'm really excited to hear more, because we've heard a little bit of him in the marketing, in the trailers, but I'm really curious and excited to see this new, more subdued, can't speak, layered Joker. So anyways, first 2 episodes, pretty solid stuff. Can't wait to dive into more to see what is next. What you guys think of the first 2 episodes of Batman Cape Crusader Season 2? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will talk to you guys soon. Peace out.